now we get to this damn men's Royal Rumble match. And once I heard that Brock Lesnar was going to be the first entrant in this Rumble match, to be quite honest with you, I didn't even want to watch this damn show. Because I already knew what was going to happen. It was going to turn into the Brock show. And that's something that I don't ever want to see. I don't ever want to see this motherfucker any longer than I have to. And they're shoving it down my throat with this. If that is the intention to piss me off by doing this, well, they're doing a great fucking job. Let me tell you that right now. So we start this men's Rumble match, and immediately they tell us that Bobby Lashley and Rusev were supposed to be in this match. But I guess they got in a fight in the parking lot before the show started, and we're no longer going to be in the Rumble match now. So obviously, your first two entrants, obviously number one, Brock Lesnar. Number two is Elias. And at that point, again, I already knew where this was going to go. But when the second entrant is Elias, of all people, they're just feeding him a jobber right off the get. He takes forever to get to the ring, first of all, because he's, singing, as Elias typically does. Called Brock a brain-dead gorilla, so I did get a laugh out of that, because that's pretty accurate. But basically, he gets walloped with his own guitar, and he gets thrown out of the ring. Number three, Eric Rowan, gets eliminated like 6 or 7 seconds. 4, Robert Roode, F5, and then he's gone. And then we get a returning John Morrison. And he just gets suplexed over the top rope. So already we're 5 entrants into this goddamn Royal Rumble match, and it is exactly what I feared it was going to be. It's the damn Brock show, and I'm already hating this. I knew I would, but I'm getting more pissed off by the second as I watch this bullshit, right? So finally, number 6, Kofi comes in. Kofi runs in, and he's just getting destroyed. Obviously, because that's what fucking happens when they throw Brock in the ring. Number 7, we get Rey Mysterio. He walks in and gets completely destroyed by typical Brock shit. Fucking German suplexes and, just garbage. Finally, we get Big E at number 8, and he tries to rally Kofi and Rey Mysterio. It's a team of 3, and I had some hope for just a few moments, because we get the 3 finishing maneuvers from all 3 guys. You get the big ending. You get the Trouble in Paradise. You get the 619. And then they're all gone. They're all gone after that. They get the 3 finishing moves. It looks like they can finally get Brock out of this damn match, and maybe they could try to salvage this fucking match, but no, he just eliminates all 3 of them, and it's back to just him in the ring again. So I'm getting fired up. Just let me tell you something. I'm gonna hold off on that for just a second. So Cesaro comes in. He is number 9. He walks in and is gone. Just tossed away. More fucking BS. The fans, even at this point, are hating this. Everyone is hating this, just as much as I am. Nobody wants to see this shit. So I thought that it was just a thing that Vince had a thing for Brock, and we're just gonna hand him anything that he wants at any point that he ever wants it. But I feel like they're doing this shit on purpose, just cramming him down all our throats now, and it's this kind of shit that I've highly considered. If this continues past WrestleMania season, this channel may not continue for a little while, because I cannot stand to watch shit like this. Number 10, you get Shelton Benjamin. Obviously, I don't know, him and Block went to college together or something. So he hugs Heyman, he hugs Block, and he just gets thrown out of the ring too, because Block said fuck him too. At number 11, you get Shinsuke Nakamura. He walks in and he has a cup of coffee and leaves. He's gone. Surprise entrant MVP. He gets an F5 and he's gone. So at this point, Block's got like 11 eliminations at this point. Just every single one that's walked into this. At this point, I had the remote in my hands, guys. I had the remote in my hands, and I was going to shut this damn thing off. I was that fed up. I was that sick and tired of this fucking show and this fucking match that I couldn't bear to watch any of it anymore. But I wanted to do this review. So against my better judgment, I continue to press on with this. At number 13, we get Keith Lee, who has been getting some momentum, and the fans want to see him. The fans are finally getting excited at this point because Keith Lee is a guy that looks like he actually could stand toe-to-toe with Block, at least physically. So the fans get on their feet, and at one point he actually gets a chance to mow over Block. Number 14, Braun Strowman. He comes in. He's thrown Keith Lee around a little bit. He actually jumps out to the outside of the ring and does that run around the ring and mows over Keith Lee. Even the announcers were kind of like, why would you even do that? Stay in the damn ring. There's kind of no point to that. Exactly. But, essentially, by the time he gets back in the ring, it tries to do something else. Both Braun Strowman and Keith Lee are sent flying out of the ring. So it's just Block yet again. And here he is, a fucking part-timer that doesn't give a shit to ever be there, who's never on television. He's only there for the money. He's a good... And here he is with 13 eliminations in this godforsaken match. Number 15, Ricochet comes in, which is completely worthless because you get more Block shit. He just throws Ricochet around for a bit. Number 16, we get Drew McIntyre. And finally, after 16 participants have come into this ring, and 13 of them are already gone. A low blow by Ricochet, a Claymore kick, and it sends Brock Lesnar over the top rope, and this fucking guy is finally eliminated. After half of this damn match is already done and over with. So I was really hoping that at this point, since the first half of this Royal Rumble match has been the absolute worst that I've ever seen in my life, maybe, just maybe, there might be one little bit of glimmer of hope that they might be able to salvage something out of this, but only time was going to tell. So, at number 17, The Miz comes in, but he gets eliminated pretty much right away. Number 18, we get AJ Styles. Number 19, Dolph Ziggler. And at this point, Ricochet, Miz, and Styles are pretty much all eliminated because Drew McIntyre's tossing all them out. So as I was hoping that we'd get an actual Royal Rumble match here, it started turning into like a Blockhead match 2.0 with Drew McIntyre here, because again, at this point, there's hardly anybody getting able to stay in the ring. This really is turning out to be the worst Royal Rumble match in history, period, bar none. There's no arguing it. So, I don't know if I've already said him, but at 19, Dolph Ziggler, but at 20, you get Carl Anderson. Finally, we get basically the only other surprise entrant in this match, and that is the returning Edge. Edge comes out of retirement at number 21 to a big reception and big ovation from the crowd. Edge runs into the ring. He's spearing everybody. He's looking good. Number 22, King Corbin. number 23, Matt fucking Riddle. This clown walks out to the ring in his goddamn flip-flops. I'm sorry, you walk to the ring in flip-flops, you jump in the ring, you flick them off. I can't take you seriously. I wish somebody would hit him with a truck, too. I could care less if I ever seen Matt Riddle ever again in my life. But luckily, he gets eliminated real quick, so thanks for coming. Don't ever show up again. Be fine by me. Number 24, Luke Gallows. And number 25, Randy Orton. And when Randy Orton comes in, we get a little interesting dynamic because we get a rated RKO reunion between Randy Orton and Edge. They're working together a little bit. 26, you get Roman Reigns. 27, you get Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens, he runs in, he just starts taking out everybody. Number 28, Aleister Black. He had a nifty little point in there where he was able to strike that black mass on Drew McIntyre. It was beautifully done. Wonderful. I love that. Let's see. At number 29, you get Samoa Joe. And then finally at number 30, Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins comes down with his new group of, himself, Buddy Murphy, and AOP. And we've got a few other eliminations by this point, obviously. But once he gets down there, the entire group just starts taking everybody. They're distracting people. They're pulling everybody around. They're saving Seth Rollins from being eliminated. It really looked like, Seth Rollins was going to win maybe a second year in a row because he had all this help. But finally, Aleister Black, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and somebody else, they were all eliminated in strange fashion because of Rollins and his group. And so they kind of deal with Rollins' group, actually, and leaving Rollins all alone. And once he finally realizes this, there's 5 guys in the ring. It's Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Edge, and Randy Orton, I believe it was. They all basically just take turns and just eventually just, dump Seth Rollins out of the ring, so he will not be repeating wins. Rated RKO working together a little bit. Looked like Randy Orton was going to turn on Edge. Edge caught him in the act and eliminates Randy Orton. We get some fighting between Edge and Roman Reigns. They're both on the apron. It looked like they both might be able to get eliminated here, but it wasn't the case. Roman Reigns gets the upper hand, and he eliminates Edge. Finally, we get a big Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre. He sends Roman Reigns out of the ring, and he is your winner. Drew McIntyre wins the 2020 Royal Rumble match, and deservedly so. There was a part of this match that he was in, especially right at the beginning of his portion of the match, I wasn't really caring for. But once you think about all the things that he'd been through, he'd had like 13-year career, has never once had a title shot, actually got fired from the WWE at one point. So he's worked real hard to get rehired and to get to the spot that he is. I feel like it was all right. It was, deserving for him to win. But I got to tell you, the last, I want to say, quarter of this match was the only decent part of the whole match. The rest of it was absolute shit. The literal first half of this Rumble match was all the block show, and that was what I was worried about, and it's exactly what we got, and I damn near couldn't finish it. This is not one of those Royal Rumble matches that I will ever go back to watch ever again. And it's unfortunate because I feel like for such a big moment in Drew McIntyre's career, if there's anybody out there that's like me, which I would think there'd be quite a few, they'll never want to watch this fucking steaming pile of shit ever again because of how it was done. There really was like 2 separate Royal Rumble matches here. And only the second half of the second half was any good. So, with that last part aside, this to me goes down literally as the worst Royal Rumble match in history. And to be honest with you, I really want to actually even be more pissed off about it than what I am. But after watching this fucking 6 or 7 hour damn show or whatever it was, however long it was, I don't really have the energy for that right now. We got what we got, and I knew what we were going to get, and it was what it was.